Good morning, you guys, and welcome to today's video. Before we jump into what? Do you see yourself? Before we jump into the bulk of today's video, I wanted to share with you guys today's video sponsor. And today's video is sponsored by Teddyblake. I love to talk about Teddyblake around this time of year because this is the time of year that they start their early access Black Friday sale. It's just a perfect time of year for you to go ahead and pick up a bag for either yourself or the bag lover in your life, while also shopping that early access Black Friday sale so that you guys can save even more money on their already affordable luxury handbags. I did go ahead and pick up a new one for myself for this year. I think this makes bag number 5 now. I have one bag by them that is like my staple bag for nice events like weddings. I have the Kayla bag by them that I use as my travel diaper bag, but also just like my everything diaper bag if I know we're going to be out of the house for a long period of time and I really need to stuff that thing full with stuff for Lily and the boys. I call that thing my Mary Poppins bag. I can seriously fit so much stuff in my Kayla bag by them. So I wanted to go ahead and pick up a more versatile everyday bag for if I'm going out to like lunch with my friends or a dinner and I just need a more casual bag, something that's good for every day and is super neutral. And so I went ahead and picked up this bag by them, and I believe this is their Grace bag, and I got it in this really creamy neutral tone. It's a very nice like khaki nude color, and this is the perfect bag for every day for me. It's the perfect size for me to throw in a diaper, a pack of wipes, and all my essentials and just be able to put this on and head out the door. It's super spacious on the inside. Like I said, it's a beautiful nude color that can either be worn with warm tone colors or even like cool tone colors. I feel like this is a perfect versatile nude, and then it does have the gold hardware. It also comes with the straps to put over as like a crossbody bag, but I would probably use it predominantly just with their shoulder straps. I love Teddyblake bags because they are made with premium Italian leather and they are crafted in Italy by experienced craftsmen. And these craftsmen really know what they're doing in crafting really good quality, durable, stylish bags. Teddyblake seriously has a style for anyone and everyone. They have great over-the-shoulder handbags, longer crossbody and satchel style bags, tote bags. Like I said, you can even transform some of their bags into a diaper bag. They seriously have everything you could ever imagine over on their website in a variety of different colors and finishes and feels. So if you're in the market for a handbag for yourself, or if you have a bag lover in your life and you want to go ahead and pick up a bag for them for this upcoming holiday season, I highly recommend checking them out now. I'm going to go ahead and leave a link in the description box. I will link all the bags that I have from them that I can speak on and say that they are great quality and I absolutely love them. I will also leave just like the standard link to their website so you can go ahead and peruse there and see what they have to offer, and then any kind of coupon codes I can get for you guys to get even more money off to stack with their already amazing prices. Aside from the early access Black Friday sale, shopping Teddyblake, you get the experience of owning a luxury, gorgeous, amazing quality handbag without it feeling like a luxury handbag in terms of it hitting your wallet. You can get a bag from them for $500 or less and it's as if you have a couple $1,000 gorgeous luxury handbag. But because this time of year they run that early access Black Friday sale, you'll get even more money off, and then I will share with you guys a coupon code in the description box to get maybe even a little bit more money off one of their bags. So thank you to Teddyblake for sponsoring today's video, and without further ado, let's go ahead and start today's video. Alright guys, come along with me for a solo evening / nighttime routine. At around 2:30 is when Lily typically gets up from her nap for the day, and that is when I start my second shift. Today was a weekend, so that is why the boys are still in their pajamas. They love to live in those on the weekend. But at this time of the day, Lily does get up from her nap. She will usually have a small milk and a snack, and will slowly wake up by watching some Miss Rachel. While we did this, the boys were playing with these stacking blocks that I featured a bunch of videos back, and I remembered that I had started some loads of laundry earlier in the day, so I decided to go ahead and switch over that. I had Lily's stuff in the dryer and the boys' stuff in the wash machine, and I took a time lapse of me folding this, and for some reason it did not save on my phone, so I don't have that. But take my word for short, I've been trying to do much better at folding the laundry. If you guys know anything about me, I've always hated folding laundry, and it's something that I usually would leave to do until I needed the laundry basket to then bring down more dirty clothes. But over the last month, I have been trying to actively fold the clothes when they're done drying, and I've been doing really good with that. So I went ahead and folded Lily's clothes, I switched the boys' clothes over to the dryer, and then I brought Lily's up. This day was a super gray and gloomy, cold, rainy day. Harris's mom was actually out of town this weekend, and on the day that I filmed this, it was Sunday. Harris and his dad actually went into the city to see a Knicks game, so that is why I was solo parenting on this night. I think the gloomy weather was making Lily extra cuddly on this day, so after she had some applesauce, she was laying on me. We were going back and forth between Miss Rachel and Elmo and just trying to have the time pass until it was time for me to start making dinner. I was expecting an Amazon delivery, and that did come on this day. Recently, the boys have been asking me for some more light in their room. They do have the Hatch sound machine that has a night light on it, but they've been wanting a little bit more light, so I went over on Amazon and picked up these LED color changing night lights. I think they're by LG. It was $10 for a 2-pack of them, which was perfect. I was able to go ahead and plug one above Ben's bed for him, and then plug one next to Jack's bed for him. And these were really cool. They were light censored, so once you turned off the lights and it was dim enough, the nightlight turned on, and then there was a little button on the bottom that you can toggle between all of the different colors. And there was also a rainbow setting where if you just left that one on, it would slowly transition throughout the colors throughout the night. So I'll go ahead and link these down below if your kids are wanting a nightlight. This was a super affordable and pretty bright / cool option. At this point in the night, the boys were getting pretty restless. It was nearing time for me to start to cook dinner. It has been feeling a lot later than it is lately because of the time change. So even though it was only just after 4:30, I decided to start making dinner. And because it was a Sunday and because I was solo parenting, I was going to kind of throw together whatever anybody wanted for dinner that night. So Lily was going to have her little Purdue popcorn chicken, and Ben was going to have some Elios. So I went ahead and threw the air fryer on so that I could get their food in. And so once I got their dinner in the air fryer, I then got started on my dinner and Jack's dinner. I was going to have a little girl dinner tonight and make myself some buttered pasta. I used these ditalini noodles. I had some left over from a recipe I did earlier in the week. And then Jack was going to have a grilled cheese. What is your guys' cooking situation? I normally try and cook 4 nights a week. I'll usually cook like Monday through Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday we will treat ourselves to like takeout or something like that, and then Sundays are kind of like a fend for yourself type of day. So that is what we did tonight, a little fend for yourself, choose what you want kind of dinner. Everyone's dinner was pretty easy, so even though I was throwing together 4 different things, I truly didn't mind. Lily does normally eat these Purdue popcorn chicken. She'll have these honestly like 5 nights a week. And then, like I said, Jack had a grilled cheese and Ben had half a slice of Elio's pizza. And then everyone did get some fruit on the sides. The boys had clementines, blueberries, and grapes on the side with some sliced deli salami, and Lily had some blueberries on the side. And then for my pasta, I did butter, Parmesan cheese, salt, pepper, and red pepper flakes, and it was so good. This little like ditalini shaped pasta is so good. And then Lily did also have a pouch with her dinner. So this is what everyone's dinner was looking like when we were finished. I finished all of my food, Lily ate all of her food, and the boys had like 75 to 80% of their food. So once we were done with dinner, all 3 kids needed a bath on this night, and I normally will do Lily first. So I headed upstairs to get her bath going, and then I went back downstairs. The boys were riled up from eating their dinner. I went back downstairs and got started on the cleanup situation. Again, even though I cooked 4 different things tonight, it really wasn't that much to clean up. I basically just had to rinse everything and throw it into the dishwasher. And so I went ahead and did that. And then we got Lily started on her bath. She does bathe every other night just because her skin is super dry and sensitive, especially in the colder months. The temperature has dropped quite a bit here in New York. So tonight was a bath night for her. I sat on the floor and hung out with her. The boys came in and out and were hanging out with us and then just like playing amongst themselves. This is the soap that I use for Lily. It's by a brand called Nema, and I do really like it. It's super easy. It lathers really nice, and it's also super easy to rinse out. I previously used to use the Honest baby wash, and I felt like that was so hard to rinse out of their hair, and they would get like little buildup on their scalp. So the Nema's been working well for us. Here's little Lily fresh out of the bath. Every time she gets out of the bath, I sing a little song in the mirror to her, so we went ahead and did that. Jack picked out these little dinosaur pajamas for her, so I got her all situated and brushed out her hair, and then I went ahead and turned some Elmo on for her. She is on such an Elmo kick lately, and so while I was getting the boys' bath ready to go, I was going to put some Elmo on for her to entertain her. And if you guys are wondering what soap I use for them, I just use the Target brand bubble bath for them in their bath, and then I forgot to show it, but I do use like the Suave Kids soap for the boys. So their bath was running. Sesame Street was on for Lily. She gets super excited when she hears the theme song for Elmo's World, and she goes ahead and sings it too. At this point, I threw my hair up. I was getting very tired. I was in the home stretch of my closing shift for the night. Bath time is always like the most tedious thing of the night for me, and so the boys' bath was filling, they were getting in, Lily was corralled in my room watching some Elmo, and I went ahead and got her 6-ounce milk. I did recently transition her to 2% milk off of whole milk, and I also decided to pour myself a glass of red wine to help me get through the rest of my closing shift. Now that Lily is on the move, I need to constantly corral her. We really need to get baby gates in because Harris's parents' house has a lot of little sets of stairs. So we had her crawled to my room. I went ahead and bathed the boys, and then we all went back in my room so that I could get them ready for bed. Bath time was done. The boys went ahead and picked a little snack. They had some candy that Harris brought home from them the other day, and Lily was done with her bottle. We also FaceTimed my mom for a little bit, and it was time for her to get into bed. She normally gets in bed around like 6:45 every night. With the time change, it was moved up a little bit, but we've slowly been creeping back towards her regular bedtime of 6:45, 7 p.m. So I went ahead and got her in her crib. I put her in her little sleepy sack and got her all situated with her blankets. Lily does now have, I think, 6 or 7 teeth. She did have her first dentist appointment a few weeks ago, and we have begun to brush her teeth every single night. So here I am brushing her little teeth with her little princess toothbrush she picked out, and I use just like a kid's toothpaste. She's been really good at letting me do that. She likes to like taste the toothpaste as I do it, but I go ahead and brush her teeth every night once she gets in her crib. I will go ahead and turn her fan on. I'll turn her humidifier on. I'll turn her sound machine on. I will take her toothbrush from her, and she's pretty much set for bed. All of my kids, once they were like 7 or 8 months old and sleep trained, I could just put them in their bed and leave. So I went ahead and got her down. I got the kids situated with the snack, and then even though you can't tell here because I have a crap load of dry shampoo in my hair, it was a hair wash day for me. Normally I shower in the morning, but I don't know, I was feeling a nice warm shower on this chilly and gloomy night, so I got the boys situated with the snack, and I went ahead and jumped in and took a shower for myself. The boys are at such a good age. They're very self-sufficient. I was very surprised on this night. Ben had come into the bathroom and asked me to play with them, and I told them once I was done showering, I needed to clean up all their toys first, and then I could sit with them, and they both surprised me by cleaning up the den downstairs. They put all of Lily's toys away for her. They straightened up their little nugget couch and their blocks, and so the last chore that I had to do was to finish up the laundry, and so here I am folding the boys' laundry for them, and this would conclude my 4th load of laundry for the week. I typically do 4 loads of laundry a week. I'll do Harris and Mi's, I'll do the boys, I'll do Lily's, and then I'll either have to do sheets or like a little midweek load for the boys. So laundry was done. I had to go ahead and shut down the kitchen. As my mom would say, the kitchen is closed. I had to turn the dishwasher on and just make sure everything was cleaned up and finished with that. And then after sitting with the boys for a little bit down in the den, I let them stay up until around 7:45 on this night. Normally for school nights, between 7:15 and 7:30, they're in bed. On weekend nights, they're allowed to stay up until around like 8-ish. On this night, they were being so good and playing with each other, so I let them stay up until around 7:45, and then it was time to go ahead and floss and brush their teeth. And then I got them situated in their beds. They both chose to put their little nightlight on the rainbow setting, and I have to say, those were well worth the $10. The boys love those little nightlights. And then it was time for me to finally sit down and relax. I turned on the new season of Only Murders in the Building, and I enjoyed my glass of wine until Harris got home. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my solo evening / night routine with all 3 kids. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.